Hey all, Hibber here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're looking at how the very excellent Little Nightmares Switch game actually runs on the brand new Switch 2. Now, and this is actually one of those rare cases where the original Switch OLED actually has the upper hand. So if you haven't played Little Nightmares or Little Nightmares 2, I highly recommend you get started. And like I said, these games are actually better looking on the Switch OLED version, and there's a very simple reason for that, and it is because they are so dark. And the OLED screens, they just display dark better. They don't need backlight LEDs to make what should be dark areas into what will then become gray areas. And the fact that at least half the screen is always totally dark in either Little Nightmares 1 or Little Nightmares 2, then these games here, they just look better on the original Switch. Now, of course, if you play these games docked and you don't have an OLED TV, then, well, it doesn't really matter, again, because the games run fairly smoothly on both consoles with one major problem. Because on Switch 2, Little Nightmares 2 runs fine, but Little Nightmares 1, which is the game I'm showing here, it freezes all the time in handheld mode, also sometimes in docked mode. This is something that the developers need to patch out, because it's a real problem. And it does happen all the time. It happens after a few minutes of gameplay. Again, in Little Nightmares 1. I haven't had it happen in Little Nightmares 2 yet. And it's not something that happens once in a while. It is sure to happen. Like I said, if you play a few minutes, then the game will freeze up just like this, and you'll have to boot back to the main menu of the Switch and restart the game. And it happens all the time. So this is definitely something that the developers need to patch and fix fairly quickly. But I did say that Little Nightmares 2 doesn't seem to have this problem for some odd reason. It's only Little Nightmares 1. But that's also, enough to, tell people not to play this game on their Switch 2 at the moment, especially if you happen to have a Switch OLED version, because then the game actually looks better on the old Switch. And that's, of course, like I said, down to all the darkness that's present in this game, which an OLED display just conveys much, much better. So just hold off on Little Nightmares 1 on the Switch 2 for the moment, at least until there's a patch. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.